Welcome back to Alpha Gun Review, where every trigger pull is dissected and every market move is exposed. Today, we're not talking about the top sellers or the ultimate battlefield dominators. We're talking about failure, about guns that once held their heads high, demanded top dollar, and ruled collections across the country. But now, they're worth a fraction of that. These are the 12 firearms that crashed hardest in value from 2024 to 2025. Whether it was poor design, shifting consumer trends, or just being steamrolled by better models, each of these fell fast and hard. If you own one of them, buckle up. And if you appreciate honest breakdowns like this, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to Alpha Gun Review for more no-nonsense analysis. Number 12. Browning Sattorii. The Browning Sattorii was once a symbol of sporting excellence, an over-under shotgun that brought precision, beauty, and craftsmanship to the field. Built in Japan with rock-solid locking mechanisms, elegant walnut stocks, and durable steel barrels, it dominated the sporting clays world for years, selling new for around $2,000 to $2,500. It was seen as both a tool and an investment. But when economic uncertainty hit in 2024 and the sporting community tightened their wallets, shotgun sales dipped by over 4% in early 2025. Suddenly, collectors began offloading their prized Taurus, flooding the second-hand market. Prices tanked. Today, you can pick up clean models for as little as $1,100. It's still a phenomenal shotgun. But when demand dries up, even perfection can lose value. Number 11. Remington 870 Wingmaster. The Remington 870 Wingmaster used to define what a pump-action shotgun should be. Over 11 million sold, a legacy spanning decades. And the Wingmaster, with its high-polished blued barrel and glossy walnut stock, was the crown jewel. But here's the problem, it's everywhere. In 2024, shotgun sales dropped 9%, and suddenly every gun store had racks full of used 870s. Supply crushed demand. The Wingmaster, which once commanded $600 or more, now sits on shelves with trade-in values as low as $250. It's still rugged, still reliable, still a workhorse. But when excellence becomes too common, the market shrugs it off. Unless pump-action shotguns see a sudden resurgence, prices are going nowhere but down. Number 10. Remington 7600. The Remington 7600 always lived in a weird middle ground, not quite a lever gun, not quite a semi-auto, just a pump-action rifle that used hunting calibers like .30-06 or .270. It had its fan base among traditional hunters who appreciated the manual action and quick follow-up shots. But in 2024, the rifle market shrank over 12%, and niche options like the 7600 were the first to fall. New shooters didn't want it. Veteran hunters stuck to bolt actions or modern semi-autos. And those who had one in the safe for years started offloading. Once priced new around $900, you can now find solid used examples for $450 or less. The gun didn't get worse, it just got left behind. Number 9. Marlin 1895. Big bore lever guns had their moment, and the Marlin 1895 rode that wave hard. Chambered in IT 4570 government, this rifle delivered massive stopping power with cowboy-era charm. Hunters and collectors loved it, until they didn't. When Ruger took over the Marlin brand, production hiccups and quality control issues shook buyer confidence. Some new models just weren't up to par. Add to that internal competition from Ruger's other updated models, and buyers backed off. Lever action sales dropped over 9%, and recent 1895s, once going for $1,200 plus, now hover around $750. Not because the gun is bad, but because its hype outpaced its long-term appeal. Number 8. Savage Axis. Savage Axis was built to be the budget bolt gun that didn't suck. And for a while, it lived up to that promise. Chambered in everything from 308 to 243, it was accurate enough to hunt, cheap enough to be accessible, and durable enough to last. But Savage overproduced during the pandemic boom. When demand stabilized, shelves were overflowing with unsold rifles. Meanwhile, competitors like the Ruger American and Tikka T3X started offering better features for a similar price. New Axis rifles sell for around $450. Used models? You'll find them for $250, sometimes less. It's still a decent rifle. But in a brutally competitive market, good enough isn't enough. Number 7. Ruger 95. The Ruger 95 was a tank, plain and simple. Hammer-fired, polymer frame, ultra-reliable. It served police, civilians, and budget-conscious shooters for years. But in 2024, the pistol market left it in the dust. It has no optics cut, no modularity, and clunky ergonomics by modern standards. Even Ruger's own newer pistols made the 95 look like a dinosaur. Consumers started trading in their old P95s en masse, causing a market glut. Once sold for around $350, you can now scoop one up for as little as $180. It still works, still goes bang. But when the market moves on, there's no mercy. Number 6. Sig Sauer 250. When Sig released the 250, it was supposed to revolutionize the pistol world. Modular design, swappable fire control unit, interchangeable everything. But the execution fell flat. The trigger was spongy, the ergonomics awkward, and the system felt clunky. Then came the P320, same idea, but done right. Buyers flocked to the 320, and the 250 became dead weight. Once sold around $500, 250s now go for $280 or less. This pistol is a cautionary tale. Being first doesn't mean being best. And when your successor is a global hit, you're toast. Number 5. Glock 43. The Glock 43 was a game-changer when it launched. A slim, single-stack Ninum from the most trusted name in pistols. It was everything concealed carriers had been asking for. Compact, reliable, and backed by Glock's legendary reputation. But time hasn't been kind. Glock outdid itself with the 43X, which kept the same slim profile but offered 10-round capacity instead of 6. Then came the Glock 48, also slim, with even better accuracy and more grip length. And then the optics revolution hit. Suddenly, every serious carry gun needed an optics cut, and the Glock 43 had none. No MOS version, no easy mods. So people started trading theirs in. The market got absolutely flooded with used Glock 43s. Guns that once held value at $450 now sitting in pawn shops and listings for $280, sometimes less. It's not that the 43 is a bad pistol. It's that it was overtaken by its own successors. The 43 became a victim of Glock's own innovation. And when you mix high circulation with low demand, prices collapse. Simple as that. Number 4. Heritage Rough Rider. The Heritage Rough Rider was never meant to be a premium firearm, and that was the point. A cowboy-style single-action revolver chambered in .22 LR. It was built to be cheap, fun, and just accurate enough for backyard plinking. With brand new units retailing for around $150, It was the go-to for first-time shooters and cowboy action hobbyists alike. But Heritage overproduced massively during the pandemic boom. When demand returned to normal, the market was absolutely saturated. Then came the bigger problem. Revolvers overall fell out of favor. In early 2025, revolver sales dropped more than 20%, the worst decline of any handgun category. Buyers shifted to high-capacity semi-autos, and even traditional revolver fans got picky. Suddenly, Rough Riders were everywhere, and no one wanted them. Guns that were already cheap started going for even less. Some shops sell them used for under $90. They're still fun, still functional. But in a post-boom market, they're just clutter. A toy gun in a world that's moved on to smarter toys. Number 3. Smith & Wesson M&P Shield. The Smith & Wesson M&P Shield once ruled the concealed carry world. Slim, dependable, easy to carry, and backed by a name every gun owner knows. Chambered in 9mm with 7 or 8 round capacity. It was the ideal carry gun for nearly a decade. But then came the Sig 365, and the Hellcat, and the Taurus GX4. Guns with double-digit capacity, optics-ready slides, and cutting-edge ergonomics, all in the same footprint. The Shield suddenly felt dated. Smith tried to course-correct with the Shield Plus, which added capacity and optics cuts. But the damage was done. The original Shield, even though perfectly functional, started getting dumped on the used market. When too many owners sell at once, prices crash. Shields that once fetched $400 now sell for $220, and even lower without accessories. It's still a solid pistol, but it's been eclipsed. In a market that moves fast, even a legend can get buried. Number 2. Ruger AR-556. The Ruger AR-556 was supposed to be the people's AR-15, affordable, reliable, and feature-rich enough for anyone from home defenders to weekend shooters. Using 5.56 NATO rounds, with mag-pull accessories and Ruger's name on the side, it flew off shelves during the buying frenzy of 2022. But in 2024, the panic ended. Political change eased gun control fears, and AR-15 demand collapsed. At the same time, state-level bans made ARs illegal in huge markets like California and New York. Add to that the sheer oversaturation of AR-15s on the market. Everyone and their brother makes one now, many with better triggers, modularity, and specs. The AR-556, once priced around $750, now struggles to move at $450 or less. Sellers are dumping first-gen models. Buyers are skipping basic builds for premium setups. And what was once a no-brainer purchase now feels bland. It's still a capable rifle. But when the fear dies and the hype fades, even good guns fall hard. Number 1. Taurus Judge. The Taurus Judge was hyped as the ultimate do-it-all handgun. A revolver that shoots both .45 Colt and .410 shotgun shells. What's not to love, right? Versatile, powerful, and packed with intimidation factor. Except it wasn't really great at anything. The 410 shells lacked the power and penetration needed for serious defense. The .45 Colt accuracy suffered in the long, rifled barrel made to accommodate shot shells. And the gun itself? Big, heavy, awkward to conceal or carry. Still, it had a loyal fan base until 2024 when revolver sales fell off a cliff. Sales dropped more than 20%, and novelty revolvers, like the Judge, got hit the hardest. On top of that, several states passed laws limiting .410 use in handguns, crushing regional demand. Owners who bought into the hype began to realize they didn't need a revolver that does two things poorly. prices plummeted. Guns that once sold for $550 now go for $275, if that. The Judge is a textbook case of marketing hype meeting hard reality. Versatility is great, but not when it's paired with mediocrity. So there you have it, 12 guns that fell from grace faster than anyone expected. Some failed because of flawed designs. Others got steamrolled by innovation or drowned in their own popularity. In every case, the market was merciless. Got a gun you lost money on? Or maybe you scored big while everyone else was panic selling? Let us know in the comments. And if you found this video useful, like, subscribe, and tap the bell so you never miss the next Alpha Gun Review breakdown. Stay sharp, stay informed, and keep your aim true.